welcome to The Daily 3, where we do 3 things and only 3 things daily.
That's all we have the energy for.
Yep, just 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. So, what we've got up first? Recap from yesterday. What were your daily 3 from yesterday and how did they go?
Oh, we already did that.
Oh, we did. That's right. That kind of just all happened at once because we ended up recording at the end of the day instead of the beginning of the day. So we're good.
And now this is the middle of the day, so we're slowly moving back to the start.
At that awkward moment of I've done half the things on my list, maybe.
Yeah.
So
what have you what have you got done? What are your daily 3, Mike?
Yeah, let's see. My daily 3. This is actually kind of good because it's keeping me accountable as far as actually looking at them throughout, like midpoint throughout the day right now. So the first one was to go back to the office and figure out some stuff as far as this business that I'm going to buy, am buying. And that was good. Kind of figured out some more stuff I got to do as far as like call this person, coordinate with that, call this bank, get accounts set up, all that sort of stuff. So I've got a clear picture of what needs to be done. So that's good. And then we also picked a date. So
that's awesome.
Of like, hey, here's when we're actually going to move forward. And
how far is that out? A month out? 2 months?
Month and a half. July 2nd.
All right. Cool.
So yeah. And then we're going to go in for 2 weeks before that to kind of train and learn the ropes of basically just like run the business, but with training wheels. And then, so we'll be doing a lot of the stuff, but then they'll be there to be like, hey, like, here's this or know this, or I'd try it this way or stuff like that. So that'll be good to do. And then July 2nd, it's official. Ready to drive it into the ground.
That's awesome. Or make it a multi-conglomerate worldwide home preservation company.
We'll see what happens. So, and then the second thing I have.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
the second thing I have is billing. So I've got to figure out some billing for a few different things I've got going on. Basically, I need to contact a client and re-get their credit card information because I looked at some stuff and was like, oh, their payment in process from last month. I should probably figure out why that's happening.
Gotcha. And
then also just deposit some checks and stuff, so kind of banking stuff. And then work on the basement, which I haven't started that yet. I haven't done billing yet. Yeah.
Which one do you... which one's in the urgent and important category and which one is in the important but not urgent?
Yeah.
Or is there any in the urgent but not important?
That's a good question. I think actually, so this isn't on here, but I think what I'll probably end up doing is finish prepping small group because I'm facilitating our small group discussion tonight. So I've got that one's urgent.
And important.
I don't know. I've been debating whether it's important or not. I suppose it's important.
It's important.
Okay. But I think what I was talking about yesterday, or maybe this was 2 days ago, but trying to figure out trying to allow the daily 3 to be things that move me to my quarterly goals.
Gotcha.
Or annual goals. And so while prepping small group is important, it's not.
Does it fit into
relevant to those things?
Yeah. Do you have one of the areas under your domains it's like local church? Is that one of the areas of responsibility in your life? Mm-hmm. Or have you moved away from that system or?
Yeah, I moved a little bit away from that.
Okay. Cool.
But there's still remnants left behind throughout. But yeah.
Cool.
How about you, man? What are your daily 3?
My daily 3 were honestly just all around the website. So one was getting the mobile and the desktop menu for the website all set up, and that's done. The other one was getting the mobile and desktop footer set up, and that's done. And so now I'm working.
So you got a pair of footers.
I got a pair of footers.
A pair of feet.
Now I'm working on the homepage.
Nice.
So hopefully trying to get that all wrapped up. And then I will, and then if I have time, I will write my 3-week update post, put it on the blog, put it on the website, and I'll ship it.
Ship it.
So
you can ship your pants.
I don't know. I noticed though, even like with my ideas for how to externalize my prefrontal cortex that we talked about yesterday, when I get in like the middle of a website, there's just so many things. It's unbelievable. I don't think I realize how many things there are.
You mean like things to do? Or?
Yeah, things to do, things to edit, things to tweak, things to... So it's challenging to take a step. It's just so easy for me to get sucked in.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it might be because it might be a mixture of like ADHD and Activator. So I'll see something different, new, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to work on that. Oh, I'm going to work on that. Oh, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that.
And then you're just bouncing back and forth between all these things that you've started within the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's my daily 3.
Nice.
This evening, I'm hanging out with some friends, which will be good. We're going to have trying to figure out where to go right now. So that will be good. And hopefully restful, and hopefully I'll set up some... I don't know, maybe I'll set up some... I'm going to ask them if they want to do any fundraising meetings. Set up any fundraising meetings tonight. So
nice.
If they do, cool. If they don't, cool.
Solid.
Yeah.
Going for the ask, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you can't tell, we're kind of in the trough right now.
Yeah. I'm maybe on the rebound a little bit.
Nice.
I was listening to a podcast with I forget his name.
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
No. Dan.
Bill.
I don't know if he goes by Dan or Daniel. But
Daniel Pink.
Yeah, Daniel Pink. And he was talking about, I forget what book he's talking about, but he's talking about, has to do with timing. And he's talking about like the daily rhythm of timing. And he brought up the concept that we've talked about before of the peak, the trough, and then the rebound.
Of energy.
Yeah. And so something I did today, actually, I took a half-hour nap.
Power nap. Join the club, my friend.
Yeah,
I was so proud of you.
During the trough, I was like, I'm just going to lay on the couch. And I'm like, it's probably too loud for me to go to sleep because I could hear the baby upstairs. I could hear the vacuum cleaner.
You were out.
I could hear the dogs. And then all of a sudden, I think I underestimated how drained I was. And then I was just like, and I set an alarm on my phone for like 25, 26 minutes or something. And then it went off and I was like, whoa, apparently I went out. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You just want to dip. I think it's like, you just want to like dip your toes basically kind of like into the, almost to like the REM cycle and then come right out of it. And
yeah.
So it doesn't leave you groggy, but.
Right. Because I've taken those naps before where it's like you take like a 3 or 4 hour nap and you wake up and it feels like you got hit by a truck and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You're just like drooling all over yourself and you can't see and you're rubbing your eyes and you still can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough.
All right.
So yeah, it was good. And then I spent some time after that just like kind of waking up for another half hour. And it's like, all right, so I was down an hour, but I actually feel pretty good now. So I think what I have to do, or what I should do or need to do, is really just remember how good I feel right now. And remember when I get really tired like that, it's probably worth it to just take some downtime, rest, and then come back.
Some might say that's even akin to if you're cutting down a tree, taking 30 minutes to sharpen your chainsaw blade.
Yeah, there we go.
Drink a glass of lemonade and then...
sharpen the blades and get back at it.
And then get back at it.
Oh man, that makes such a difference. Like my chainsaw right now has a dull blade, and I just remember what it.
Did you sharpen it or no?
No.
Were we talking? I was talking to someone who just sharpened their chainsaw blade, and they were like, "It was amazing. It wasn't smoking anymore."
Yeah, that definitely wasn't me because mine's definitely doing that. But
it only takes like less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just remember how awesome it was. When I first got it, I was like, man, this is just cruising through logs like butter. And now it's just like, oh, this is a little rough.
Do you have a sharpening kit or a file?
I don't know how to do it. I either need to learn or take it to someone who can do it.
Nah, dude. Oh, learn. Someone, who is it? Who was I talking to who did that? They were like, it takes like, I don't know how much they charge, like $40 to like sharpen a blade, and you can just buy a new blade for that amount. And so then they went and looked online, and it took them like 10 minutes, and they just had a file. And I think they needed to get it, and then they did it, and then it was as good as new.
Dude.
So
Interesting. I wonder.
So I don't think it's that tough. And I might have some files. I don't know what kind of type of file you need though.
I'll have to look into this. It's probably on YouTube. Maybe we could start a chainsaw blade sharpening business on the side.
Yeah.
There we go.
It can't be that hard.
Yeah. If anyone out there has any chainsaw blades they need sharpened,
because
keep us in mind.
For the common homeowner, how do you, I'm sure like any sort of sharpening is going to be better than no sharpening. So it's like anything that we touch on their chainsaw is going to be like, wow, it really sharpened it. Are we doing the greatest job possible? Who the heck knows? No one knows. The only person that probably would know is someone who uses a chainsaw day in and day out and can tell. Because I guess depending on how you sharpen it and the angle, it will either it can draw your chainsaw to the left or to the right as you cut. And so if you sharpen it, like you shouldn't draw at all. Like it should just go down straight. But you can't sharpen every one the same way, because then it will pull one way or the other.
So you sort of have to alternate so each tooth so it balances.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
The stuff you didn't know.
The stuff you didn't know. All right.
How do you think that applies to productivity? Right, because like we've heard or maybe even used the analogy before of like you got to sharpen your axe, so you got to take time to sharpen your chainsaw blade. But actually it turns out there's a very specific way to sharpen it that's going to be helpful. And then there's some that's like, yeah, it might make a difference, but it's not going to be as effective.
Sure.
Maybe this
I think, well, I know for me, when I went and saw my, what's his name? The neurologist or the neuropsychologist or some neuro dude who studies the brain and does testing for ADHD. He told me it'd be good. What he told me to do was basically take work in smaller chunks and take breaks.
Yeah.
Not something that sucked me in the break, but just like something that my brain could just not be so engaged in focusing on something.
Sure. It could completely detach itself from whatever task.
Just for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to figure out, I think that's a way it applies in my life of like and because there's different, like the little breaks that I take, I don't know. I'm finding there's like different types of, if it like energizes my brain, or re-energizes it, kind of like gives it a rest, or if it's still activating it, if it's still kind of using those muscles or that focus muscle or whatever that is, or it's not a muscle, but for lack of a better term. So I think that might be it for me.
Yeah.
So I tried I was working for probably 3-4 hours straight, which is terrible for me. But then I took like a 10-minute break and I read part of the Lord of the Rings books that I was reading.
Oh, yeah.
And I was able to just and I think that was good, because I lost for like a little moment, I lost track of time. I was like, oh, okay, I completely detached.
Yeah.
I wasn't like counting down the time until I went back to work.
Yeah. I think that happened to me when I took a nap.
And it was only like 10 minutes. And then I went back, and it's like, oh, okay.
Nice.
What about you?
I don't know. And that's why I asked. Because I had just thought of that and was like, I wonder if there's ways.
And I know sometimes for me it's a nap too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd imagine it might also depend on what type of work I'm doing too. Like if a break is going to be more or less effective on a certain type of, I think Daniel Pink was talking about, like statistically, even as an introvert, it's better to take breaks with people. That you're actually more energized if those breaks are social. And then I think he said like outside is better than inside.
That makes sense.
Standing is better than sitting.
Yeah.
I remember those were three things he shared about, like, as a whole, these are better for people. So individual, we may be outliers in one of those, but so I was thinking of like, oh, how could I do that? Or like, what could I do outside instead of inside for my break? Or sometimes actually just drinking a lot of water, I think, is helpful.
Heck yeah.
Because I have to pee all the time, which is annoying, but it gets me up and
super annoying.
makes
dude.
me walk upstairs and like.
Well, drinking lots of water is just good for your body.
Yeah, there's that too. But it's just like it actually makes me get up and move around and go do something. So I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, I do enjoy drinking water. I do not enjoy that. I do not have the capacity to like hold 100 ounces of water.
Super bladder.
All right.
Well,
that's the daily 3 for today.
That's the daily 3. We still got more things to do, so we'll write it down.
Make it happen.
Take
Take a break. Get back to work. All right. Bye.